Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
And Happy New Year's, or rather should I say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody. For 2019 will certainly be greater than the year that we had before, and I'm more than just certain that everybody's standing in agreement with that very thing. Am I right?
Yes.
All right. I am the president of the Life Enhancement Consulting Group based here in Maryland, and we also have an office in Atlanta as well. And within the Life Enhancement Consulting Group, we offer training in the areas of leadership and management techniques, sales, customer service, and team building, and strategizing to small, medium, and large companies, and colleges and universities. I am also the president of the Life Enhancement Coaching Institute. And within the Life Enhancement Coaching Institute, we offer our students from around the country to become certified as a certified life coach, our executive leadership coach, spiritual coach, and relationship coach. And we also have a public speaking course that we also provide to students from around the country who want to become better in public speaking or professional speaking, or even turn that into a career. One of the things that I want to talk to you about is the power and purpose of goal attainment. The power and purpose of goal attainment. Within the Life Enhancement Consulting Group and the Life Enhancement Coaching Institute, we give special attention to two different models of goal attainment. And the first one is personal goal attainment. It's all about you. It's all about what you want and where you're trying to go. And the second one is organizational goal attainment, which is focused towards organizations such as this or universities such as this, small and medium and large companies. However, we do not give special attention to those two different types of models of goal attainment without embracing what I call the WWH. You can very well position that as being an acronym. The first W stands for who I am as relates to my identity. The second W stands for where I am as relates to my position. The third W stands for where I'm going as it relates to my direction. And the H stands for how am I going to get there as it relates to clarity. As it relates to clarity. In that same breath, you should also understand that new habits are formed through process when you're talking about goal attainment. New habits are formed through process. It is equally good for you to also understand that everything concerning you is a practice that leads to progress. And anything that comes across as being a habit has been something that has been practiced or repeated. Anything that's considered to be a practice also is known as a habit. So you have embraced the habit of wanting to be successful and not just saying that I want to be successful. I'm putting in the work. I'm making the sacrifices in order to do that. At the same time, it is also good that you also understand that goal attainment also comes across as not just a process, but it also comes across in the light that, one, if you're going to start something, you may as well go all in and just go on in and finish it. So we liken goal attainment, or we liken goal attainment just as we look at mathematics, where there is a formula. And any time that you see a formula in any kind of way, you know that there's a process. You know that there's a process when you see a formula, which takes me back to what I said earlier, where I said new habits are formed through process. So one of the formulas that we like to use within goal attainment is the PPS formula, which stands for present tense, positive, specific, and measurable. Along with the PPS formula, if you follow that formula, you're guaranteed to be successful. Why? Because your goals at that point are defined. Your goals are defined. So just as there is a formula with mathematics where there is a process, there is also a formula with goal attainment. And it's a formula that's very, very reachable in that way. It's not hard to understand at all. So the PPS formula. What is the PPS formula? We just talked about it. Phrased in the present tense, phrased in positive, must be specific and measurable. And what is that designed to do? It is designed to give you discipline. Discipline. By a show of hands, how many people have accomplished some goals in 2018 that you feel very proud about? All right? That's just about everybody in the room. That's a beautiful thing. Now, for 2019, for the year of 2019. How many of you have actually started on some of your goals? All right, that's a beautiful thing. And that's very well validated because you're here, which is the start of it all. And then, of course, we have using PPS as an example. Let's just say it's in weight loss. In order to embrace that particular formula, the PPS formula, we have to make a decision. And we also have to ask the question, how bad do I want it? Because if you want it bad enough, it's already yours already. And the fact that you're here tells me that you want to improve your life status, you want to improve your personal and professional growth and development. And in order to improve that, we obviously have to start somewhere, which is right here at Strayer University. So we have the PPS formula. Goal that meets the criteria. Give an example, which is what we'll do here. Create powerful affirmations. Affirmations are very powerful. I have an affirmation that I quote every day where I say I have unplugged potential, which means that there is absolutely nothing too hard for me. If I'm willing to make a decision, I'm willing to, put in the work to say that I can have this and I can do this. And there's absolutely nothing that can stop me. So then we have write the goals down and keep track of progress. How many have heard the saying that says, a plan is not a plan if it is not written? Have you ever heard that? Absolutely, absolutely. So everything about you is worth being documented. Everything about you, not some things, everything about you is worth being documented in that regard. So we have here, again, create powerful affirmations. You want to be able to know that you win from the time that you step onto this campus and the time that you leave, you win. So when you leave here today, you have to take on the mindset that all you do is win. And everything attached to you wins, just as the song says. All right? And moving forward, the formula was designed to guide you through the process of successful goal formulation. Once again, wherever there is a formula, there is a process. There is a process. And that process brings us in alignment to what we desire to have. I started one of my goals, and one of those goals for me for 2019 is to create a money app called Money Earning. Just like there is Cash App, just like there is Point of Sale, that's one of the goals that I have for 2019. I was listening to one of the songs from Heavy D, an old rapper. He's now deceased now, but he had a song that says Money Earned in Mount Vernon. And that's how I came up with the name of that app, by listening to that song. So there are things that are within reach of you that will give you that extra push to make you go forward with attaining your goals. Everything concerning you is very reachable in that life. So just as I came up with the title of that app through a song, you can come up with something to help motivate you along the way as well. It's very easy to do in that regard. All right. So here, one of the things that you also have to come into contact with as relates to goal attainment is you have to know the difference between a strategy and a tactic, because there comes your vision. And a strategy is for the long haul. It's that path that you take in order to get your degree. The tactics come in the form of, let's just say, social media, all levels of social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. You can use those as tactics. Another tactic could be to raise up an accountability partner. That person that's going to keep you responsible for that which you say you want. It's your desire. And then, of course, we have what I call the wallpaper mentality. Have you ever seen those people who have sticky notes all over the place, all over the curb?
That's me.
Yeah, you have a wallpaper mentality. That's all right. You're a visionary. You're a visionary person. You're a visionary person. So, we call that a wallpaper mentality. I mean, they got pink, they even go color coding. Pink, yellow, blue, all of that sort of thing, right? In that regard. And at the end of the day, these are people who are learners by way of their visual. Because you have three different types of learners. You have a visual learner, an audio, and a kinesthetic in that regard. But The wallpaper mentality is a tactic that people use to actually help meet their goals. And that's whether it's personal / professional or organizational. You know, they'll have, you know, all over the place. You'll see, you know, sticky notes. And that's the way that that's what they use to track their progress. Once again, the S stands for specific and measurable, as we talk about the PPS, right? It stands for specific and measurable. So those are some of the tactics that you can use to help meet your goals, depending on, you know, what type of learner that you are. You know, some people, you know, use affirmations, once again, you know, to help meet their goals. Like I said, I'm listening to Heavy D, and he says, money earning. I said, oh yeah, that's what I'm going to name my app, Money Earning. Just as it relates to listening to what was being said, you know. And he's been somebody that's been rapping since I was a kid. So he and I in that same age group. So with that, he gave me something. He's no longer even here. And I heard that song 1,000,000 times. But it served me good for now, where I am right now, as it relates to one of the goals that I had. So I would encourage you to, you know, understand that everything concerning you is a practice that leads to progress. Just as an athlete, you and I both know that this athlete must practice in order to, you know, be recognized as a person who has a level of expertise. And when he or she is recognized as a person who has a level of expertise, they're basically saying, pay me what I'm worth. I'm not in the business of exchanging hours for dollars, which means that I'm not working for anyone. And if I am working for someone, you can best believe I'm around the corner making myself rich while I'm making them rich, right? In that regard. So your goals are going to offer you a level of discipline. Because I asked the question earlier, who in the room has accomplished a goal in 2018? And that's just about everybody in this room, and that gave you a certain type of feeling. And you want that same feeling for 2019, right? You want that same feeling. And that feeling is going to help you galvanize the discipline that is needed in order to be able to gain your goals for 2019. So if it's one takeaway that I want to give you right now before we depart, it is you are your own limitation. You. No one else. It is you. So it is you who will determine how far you go. How far you go. Are some things going to come along that try to shift your focus? Absolutely. It happens to all of us. I don't know a person in the world. I don't care what your educational level is. I don't care what your expertise is. There are some things that's going to happen to you. Because there are some things that have happened to me. And there are going to be some things that's going to happen to our children and all of that sort of thing. You know, that's going to try to move them out of their position. But I'm of the mindset that, you know, no matter what happens, I still got to live. I still got to live. I have a grandson who was about 8 years of age right now, and in the moment he started saying yes and no, we started telling him that he's a leader. He's a leader without question. Because we want him to be able to understand that it's not just good to be a consumer, but it's also good to be a producer as well. It is also good to be that. And so we teach him that. And my granddaughter, who is 6, we're teaching her the same thing. But of course, because she's a female, we're just not teaching her to look and see people with 2 eyes. We're looking and saying, you need to see people with 3 eyes. Because she's the female. And she comes with a certain, you know, type of aura about her already. I'm sure if you all have, you know, younger, you know, grandchildren or children, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's just like talking to little people. You know, though they're 6 and 8, you really can't tell. It's like they've been here before. And if you ain't careful, they've been teaching you some things. You know, with limited information or limited exposure, I'm going to call it. You know, with that. So it is here where we just simply say, you are your own limitation in that regard. You're on your own limitation. Your first start to becoming all that you want to be is right here now. Because education is key. And I believe that as leaders, you are a lifetime leader, a lifetime learner. which makes it that you are an information provider and an information seeker. You are that, you know. And the thing that lets me know that you are that is because you're filling in these seats right now. You're filling in these seats. So the power and the purpose of goal attainment will get you where you need to be. There's a formula that we talked about called the PPS formula, which once again stands for present tense, power, positive and specific and measurable. And it's just like that. But the start of it is for you is right here, right now. The start of it for you is right here, right now. And so with that, I say congratulations before you even get your degree. You already have it in my mind. Amen. You already have it. Yeah. And that comes through affirmations as well. Because if you're saying that all I do is win and everything attached to me win, then I already have my degree. I already made the sacrifice. I already put in the work. You just have to make up your mind, or at least ask yourself the question, should I say, how bad do you want it? Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to live with that choice. And you don't want to start something and then have it to be said, well, wait a minute, you owe me $5,000, and well, wait a minute, I didn't get anything for it. No, you don't want that. You know, shoot, if you're going to pay the people, you may as well allow them to do the work, some of the work to help you get it as well. If you're going to pay them, because at the end of the day, once you sign the name on the dotted line, you're going to pay them regardless. Regardless. So you may as well make it your best effort. You may as well make it your best foot forward, and through goal attainment and all those things that come with it, you may as well go ahead and decide that the degree is mine. It's yours before you even get it in your hand. You know, if you got to tell your friends or your family members, give me 6 months, and that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. I did it. I have several friends who have did it. But then at the same time, I also understand that just because we have higher education, that doesn't mean that we're going to get the best jobs. That doesn't mean that at all. The way I see it right now, it's more about deployment than employment. Deployment is another name for entrepreneurship. And where I come from, my grandparents said, you got to go to good school and get the education, you get the money, you get a high paying job. That's not necessarily true. That's not necessarily true right about now. Because you can have good education and go apply for a job and they tell you got too much experience. Yeah. Or you don't have enough experience. Then you go get the experience and they say, wait a minute, no, you got too much experience. Well, you told me I couldn't get the job because I didn't have enough experience. Now I go get it. Now you set me mixed signs and all I can say is, could you please make up your mind with me? So that makes it that now I have to control my own destiny. I have to control it. And Trump is making that very clear.
Yeah.
Trump is making that very clear. Yeah, he's making that very clear. That if you don't have what you're supposed to have, that's your problem, not mine. Well, thank you, Trump. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's exactly what he's saying to everybody in this room, including me. He's saying that, And so I think that with that, that's enough to be able to say, I'm in it to win it. And I got to be in it for me and my family, because they're not going to make anything easy for me. No. You can forget about that. And so if it means that you have to sacrifice and tell people that, hey, give me about 6 months while I finish my degree, that's what you're going to do in that regard. Because ain't nobody, as my grandparents would say, ain't nobody going to give you nothing, so you may as well just get in the game and fight. Yeah. You may as well just get in the game and fight. And they are showing us that every day. Every time I turn on the news, Trump is doing something to offset, what it is that we want to do and what it is that's really entitled to us. He's doing something to offset it. And I myself have decided that no, because the future of my grandchildren is very important to me. So I'm saying I'll be the information provider and information seeker. While my 2 daughters, they do just the same. But we're going to protect their interests, because of that. Okay.
So do you believe that we should constantly reinvent ourselves?
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt. As I said, as leaders, as we all are, you have to take on the mindset that you are a lifetime learner, which makes it that you are an information provider and an information seeker. And that comes with adjustments. I have a book out coming out in 2019 in March called Position to Reposition Yourself Towards the Great. And it's about that very thing, about, you know, making adjustments and improving life, but it also focuses on behavioral change. You know, behavioral change. It also focuses on that and being aware of the fact that there is a need to change. You know, and there's a need to change as it relates to all of us. All of us have something that we want to work on, something that we want to improve on. And how do I know that? Because we all in this room. We all in this room, absolutely. So yeah, there's absolutely a need for change in some kind of way. There's not a day that goes by, I know for myself, that I don't look and see that there is more to you than what you said. There is more to you than what you said. And just as it is for everybody in this room, there is more to you than what you said. And you don't have to prove that to nobody but yourself. You don't have to prove that to nobody. At the end of the day, you're going to have to live with you whether you like it or not.
That's true.
Which is one of the reasons why I said the decision is yours to finish your degree right now and take on the mindset that you already have. That you already have. It's very important that you take on that mindset, because believe me, the haters are going to, you know, feel some kind of way about the fact that you're even here. And some of your haters are hidden. They're in the dark. Believe me when I tell you, they're out there. And all they got to know, they ain't even got to know you. Put it that way. Which is a very interesting thing. They don't even have to know you, you know, to be setting certain stuff up. And now that we have social media, oh, they can really tell a story there. Even if they're lying. And folk will lie on you. Absolutely, they will lie on you without hesitation. Just because. So what?